barbecue outing at a popular East Bay spot had the potential of turning seriously ugly. Police were called in because of a dispute about where people can set up their charcoal grill.
But as Cron 4's Hazik Madyoun reports, who is right and who is wrong could be a lesson in community civility and use of resources.
This is exactly what's the problem with Oakland today. This lady right here wants to sit here and call the police on them for having a barbecue at the lake as if this is not normal.
You are listening to the voice of Michelle Snyder. She is using her cell phone to record the woman you see here in this video who called Oakland police because
it's illegal to have a charcoal grill in the park here.
The incident happened a couple of weeks ago here at Lake Merritt in Oakland. Michelle Snyder's husband, Kinsey Smith, says he and a friend were setting up for a weekend cookout like they have done for decades with their families when he says they were approached by the woman you see in the video.
She said that we were trespassing, we were not welcome, and then she turned back around, and then she was like, y'all going to jail.
I think we need to question the policies that have made this woman feel like she was in a right to harass people.
According to this official Oakland Park and Recreation's map of Lake Merritt, there are 6 designated barbecue locations, 3 stationary charcoal locations, and 3 non-charcoal portable grill locations. The Oakland couple were charcoal grilling in a non-charcoal grilling location.
I've seen people barbecue with charcoal for years, and I've never known it to be a distraction or a problem.
It is against the rules, but is it a crime?
It's really incumbent upon all of us to make sure that when we're calling police, it's for emergency purposes.
Oakland City Council member Lynette Gibson McElhaney suggests other options instead of calling the police in this situation.
So I want to encourage people to know when to call police, when to raise a question of regulation with the city council. Maybe there's a passive way to reach out to us.
Oakland mayoral candidate Kat Brooks looks at the scenario from a different angle.
When you engage law enforcement in these kinds of things, you are opening the door for things going very wrong. You are opening the door for the potential of arrest, right? Like we saw what happened in Philadelphia with those 2 black men, or worse, you're opening the door for physical assault and or death. And I don't believe in this day and age that white folks don't know that.
Oakland police did arrive. Both parties claimed they were being harassed. Officers took a police report, no citations given, and no arrest. Smith was allowed to continue his weekend family barbecue by the lake like he has since he was a child.
I want some kind of awareness to be, you know what I'm saying, like we need to be able to talk about this in an open forum.
And if that happens, it could be the beginning of building a better community.
Okay. Well, first I have to give a shout out to True Royal Family because she was the first person I saw talk about this absolutely ridiculous ass story. Talk about extremely petty. Now, this was just the news report right here. Now, there's actually a longer video to this narrative that is completely uncensored, and it actually shows everything that happens almost, not from the very beginning because that would have been too long of a video, and I'll explain why, to the end. The reason why that video would have been too long is because this woman right here who's on her phone, she called the police and actually stood there and waited for 2 damn hours. 2 hours for the police to arrive. The fact that she waited 2 hours let us know that the police did not see this as an emergency, which it was not. She was just there to start and stir up trouble. They are out there minding their business, having a cookout. Like the guy said, how he's been doing every single year since he was a child, and it was never a problem until that day. See, this is the thing. This is exactly why I call white people colonizing now. And they have always been referred to as such. Because when black people are congregated amongst each other in a group, and for them a group can be 2 or more, they see that as a threat. I don't know how. Like, we're just minding our business, having fun, doing our own thing, but they can't handle it. One white person seeing a group of black people huddled together away from them doing their own thing is a threat to them. Now, I know a lot of people say in the comment section, this is why we need to separate, this is why we need to separate, but here's what I always come back with. Yeah, we can separate, but this is a perfect example of separation right here, of doing their own thing, and them still coming in and invading our space. They've done it in the past, and they're still doing it today. And they will not stop. And notice how this white woman used the police as a weapon. She was hoping and praying that they would come over and deal with them accordingly, but they didn't. At the end of the news report, they said that there was no citation given, no arrest, and no charges, and the family who was having the cookout went back to handling their business. So she lost on multiple fronts because she wasted 2 hours of her time, and she called the police, and they did nothing. She needs to be hit with some kind of a fine, because that's basically like that's like, you can categorize that as filing a false police report. And if you saw in the clip where she's over with the cop and she looks like she's crying, those were some dramatic ass tears. I'm gonna leave the link to the full video in the description so you can see that entire ordeal. It's about a 24.5-minute long video. Like, a lot of stuff happened, but of course they couldn't show that video in this news clip because that would have been too long. But the full clip is online. It's on YouTube. I saw it yesterday. Well, I saw as much as I needed to. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw as much as I needed to. This is like the perfect example of invasion right here. Like, these people were not doing anything to anybody to warrant the police being called on them. And then she had the nerve to try to say that she was being harassed. Bitch, you were the one that coming over and starting shit. And then try to sell it and say that you were harassed. She was banking that the woman recording would have put her hands on her so she could have a case. But this is a trick that the white woman has been using for decades and will still continue to use it all the way until she no longer exists. Like, this shit had me so frustrated. Like, I hope, like, if Shiro is listening right now, the whole time she was talking in that video and I was thinking, and I saw the clip, I was so frustrated. I wanted to jump through the goddamn screen. Like, she pissed me the hell off. All the way to the end, even when she started producing those fake crocodile tears. Like, that shit was so phony and so fake. And they're known to do that too. So they can have people on their side and sympathize for them, because apparently the white woman's tears are supposed to be the saddest. Ain't nobody feeling bad for this chick. And then she stole the woman's card. Why the hell did you take that woman's card? The woman recording, she took her card. And then the woman who was recording had to follow this bitch around just to make sure she got her card back. And she did all of that while being recorded. That's how bold she was. Well, the joke was on her because nothing happened like she wanted to. But they need to keep an eye on her because she's going to try this shit again on another family. I'm willing to bet it's going to happen sooner or later. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.